went to the school for the blind for a week, and this is my experience. So come check it out. I'm a small town girl, and I was raised in a town between Santa Barbara and San Luis Obispo, and those towns are really great because you get the beach weather, SoCal, but eventually you're like, there has to be more out there. Or teachers honestly just say, hey, you gotta do this and you gotta explore new avenues of technology so they can help you later in the future. Because honestly, I didn't want to go to this school because I didn't want to associate myself with any blind students. And that's because I was embarrassed of my own kind. I just wanted to fit in. But even though fitting in was pretty hard, so I decided, okay, what the heck, just give it a chance and see how things go. So the day finally came. You take the bus in San Luis Obispo. It's like a 4 or 5 hour drive, and you get there in the North Bay, the Bay Area in Fremont. And it wasn't too bad because you get the roommate that you are going with for that week. And I knew this person and I was comfortable hanging out with her. So then little by little, you get acquainted with the other students. You get to see the mainstream students, how things go and things are. And I was there for technology and how it can help me because honestly, I had no idea about the technology that is out there for me. So that was new. And then people started telling me there's blind camps in the summer where you can go and hang out. And I was like, there's blind camps? That's a thing? I didn't know that. So there was things that opened my eyes to new things you can do and different sports you can play, and I didn't know that. And because of this experience, it's really opened my eyes to the avenues that there are for blind people and the assistance you can get. And just I didn't know, because when you are raised in a mainstream school, there's no one that's going to tell you there's blind camps. There's no one that's going to tell you there's a blind school. I guess I was just so closed off. I didn't realize that there were so many things that were offered and so many things that I missed out on. But now that I know, I don't have to miss out on these things, and that's why I made this video. So you won't miss out on these things, whether you're young, whether you're in your 20s, whether you're like younger. So you'll have information there for you so you can use it in the future. And it really opens the world, and it shows you there is more to than just this small town, knowing nothing, just being stuck in your own bubble. And I was only raised in that little town, and then I moved to the desert, which had probably nothing. And they're like, well, you're going to have to get used to it because there's no such thing as Braille in high school. You're not going to have it. You're going to listen to everything. You're going to take your tests orally. You're not going to be able to just do it on your own. So I was like, all right, I adapt. All right, let's do it. So then I go to this school and I see all these people with canes, and everyone just talks about it. They ask you, oh, what's your condition, or what do you have? And then you just say, oh, I have ROP. And then some people are like, oh my gosh, I have that too. And when I hear people that have my condition, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not the only one. Because yeah, I've heard people have like different things and that are more common, like RP itself, but not what I had. And when I met people, it's like, well, it's not something that I was the only one born with. It's something that a lot of people have. And everyone seems friendly, and everyone hangs out with a lot of people. Well, obviously they have their own cliques, their own circles, and I got to meet different girls there, and they were pretty fun, pretty welcoming, and so were the teachers. They were great, and it was just so nice that they had this school with a bunch of blind people. They had a gym, and I love working out. So when I saw that they had the treadmill and everything was labeled in Braille, the weights, and you could just move around easily. You don't have to be like asking like, what weight is this? What am I holding? Because it was all there. It was all Brailled. And then the library had a bunch of Braille books, which was great. The computer lab was pretty neat. Everything had Zoom text. Everyone had JAWS. that can help you read things, whether it be voiceover or large print. And I was not used to that. Everything always had to be, when you're in high school or you're in these mainstream schools, you have to go to a certain computer, and it's only like one or two computers that have this. So you have to either wait for someone to get off, or you have to get there first. So it was pretty nice not waiting, pretty nice that people can actually help you and know the technology itself, instead of feel like your teacher's like pulling out a manual like, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how this works, whereas the people are like, okay, you do this, you do that, and you're like, oh, finally someone that understands. And that's something that was pretty cool. They have their own cafeteria, you get to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner there. Their food is good, like any other school's food. And you just get to mingle with all the students and breakfast, and you get to talk about your day, and you get to talk about what you went through. They do have their little drama, and like any other school, which was like, okay, there's drama here too. And that's how it was. And you got to hear a bunch of drama stories and what's going on with this person, what's going on with that person, and it was just interesting. And all the dorms are divided. There's the dorms with the younger kids and that are going there, like I saw like little 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds are probably like, and they have like West Ridge, North Ridge, South Ridge. I don't know how many ridges they have. I honestly forgot. But then the best thing that I thought was like exploring San Francisco and seeing the BART, the Bay Area Rapid Transit, and how it goes along the whole Bay Area. And like we saw Chinatown, and everyone was just walking. Everyone was just going on BART and not using their car. And as someone that always had to rely on people driving me everywhere, taking me here, taking me there, always asking people, hey, are you free to take me here or take me there, pick me up? And I didn't have to rely on people. The transit system is pretty good. It's run very often, so if you ever miss a bus, there's always another one, and there's always another one, so it's no big deal. So I discovered this newfound freedom, and knowing that there is cities that have this, and I didn't know. And it was like, I have to come back and I have to check it out. And I met a lot of people that were doing short courses, or trials, which were 60 days to see if they liked it. And she was doing the 60 days, and I was like, well, why are you here? She was like, well, my town doesn't have this technology, and it's great. And you get to be with people that are going through the same thing. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is great. I know someone that she's doing the trial. I should do the trial too. And then this girl that she was doing short course too, she was like, well, I want to come here my senior year and I'm gonna start applying. And I was like, well, I've got to start applying. I got to come here and do this. A little bit iffy because you have to do like about 2-3 classes a day over at the high school across the street, and then you go back to the blind school at around 12 p.m. for lunch. Other things like living skills, or high school is a little bit slower, and I'm not sure why they do this, and I don't know if it's changed because it's been such a long time, so I'm not sure. And the other thing that was that it's just commuting too much. Like, you leave on Friday back to your house, and you come back on Sunday, and you have to keep doing this again and again and again. And if I could fly from there to there, I would be like, okay, let's go, let's do this, let's fly back and forth. But I don't fly, and I would have to be taking the bus back and forth, and it was just too much. It was a hassle, and at that point I was just seeing someone, and honestly I was like, I'm not gonna do it, but maybe in the future. All in all, the school had so much to offer. It had a go ball, it had a pool, and just being able to relate with other people, being able to feel comfortable walking around, not being judged as to what you're doing, where you're going, and just knowing actually where you're going and what you're doing. And that was always annoying for me in high school People are just watching you like, oh, she's going the right way. Oh my god, how does she know where she's going? And then you just have to be asking for help, like, what does this say? Can you read this and that? And that was just something that was so annoying. And I was like, with this school, I don't have to be asking for help so much, and I probably have all the materials that I need in Braille or math because I'm so bad at math. I could probably be like, oh, I could ask someone to help me in math. Maybe I'll understand it better. But it's just like something that was great, something that opened my eyes that there is a city that is structured in a way that blind people could walk wherever, and you can literally get anywhere. Like if you want a donut, if you want any type of food, whether it be day or night, there's transportation at all times. You can literally walk to it. That's how great it is. And that's when I decided I gotta move there. So I did move there and I came back. I mean, I've been all over California, and this is a city that I say, this is where I belong, this is where I want to live. But I'm not sure yet. So I'll update you if I leave. And all in all, if you ever think that you don't have the technology to help you in school, or you're struggling, you don't want to know what to do, and no one really tells you that there is a school for the blind that can help you and make it easier for you, and you can relate to people. If you like, you're new to this whole blind thing, I recommend you go there and go to the school for the blind, check it out. And that way you'll learn how to accept who you are and accept this journey that you're going through, instead of being like, I'm different, I don't belong, I don't know what clique I fit in, and feeling down on yourself. You'll figure out that there's other people with the same thing. You'll figure out that there are new ways to do things, and there is very much improvement in technology. And why not come to the North Bay, where the tech is constantly evolving and growing, and you will too, because I didn't know that there was a school like that. And if when I was in the desert and struggling to do things, and I could have just gone there and it would have been way easier for me. And you know, junior high is such a hard point in your life for everyone, even just students trying to figure out who they are and what they want to do. So just think about it. And if you are not, it doesn't matter if you don't live in the Bay Area, you'll be flown out from wherever you are, flown back, or taking the bus, or those types of mode of transportation that are available to you. All in all, it was a very great experience. I recommend that you go, or find a way. Don't run away from people that are blind, because you know, sometimes you think they're weird. I mean, we're all kind of weird in some way or another, and it's just, you know, it's your community, and you can't run from the community that you are, you can't run away from the community that is a part of you, and you can't run away from that, because then you'll feel lonely. And it's better to figure out that you need to accept yourself, need to accept what you're born with, or what you were given, or the things that happened to you, or how you became blind. Whatever it is, you are in that place, you are in those shoes. So just accept it. You could grieve it, accept it, and learn to become a new you, and know that it's uh, for the better, and you'll meet a lot of great people along the way. And you'll either love the city that you go to and visit, you'll make new friends, and you'll learn new things. And that's like the best thing you could do, and the best thing for you is to figure out that there is the technology that you need, and the technology that is available for you right here, right now. So I hope I didn't talk too much, but if you like this video, subscribe, like, and I'll see you in the next video.